Hi guys, welcome back to Talk It Out podcast, and I'm your host Brooklyn. Check mic, check mic, mic check, check mic. Today we do not have Alyssa with us today. We're going to film some videos separately to kind of so you can get to know more about both of us individually, because I realized after my last video, people had said that, or somebody had said to Alyssa, they were like, you need to talk more in the video. So I realized that I like to talk a lot, and Alyssa's not much of a talker. She talks, but she doesn't talk as much as I do. So I kind of cut Alyssa off a lot, and I realized that was a problem. So we're going to film separate videos so you can get to know both me and Alyssa more on more of a personal level. So yeah. So today's topic idea that I've came up with is a little controversial. Goodness, oh my gosh, don't look at my hair. But I had going down lists of ideas. I was looking online. I was like, what can we talk about on our podcast? And I was like, I got a bunch of ideas, and I was like, okay, Alyssa, we should film separate videos. You film one by yourself, I film one by myself. We'll post those maybe every Wednesdays, and then Sundays we'll post our videos together. And she's like, okay. So I was looking at them, and I was like, like we mentioned last video, Alyssa's still in school, and I'm not necessarily worried about people saying things to her, but I don't want her to talk about something that that should maybe cause her problems in school. And I worry about that, so I tried to pick a topic that I felt like I could talk about. Maybe it may be a little hopefully it doesn't cause anything, but yeah, and I didn't want Alyssa to talk about this because the topic I chose was talking about friend groups and stuff like that. And Alyssa, she's still, her friend group is going strong, been good since, I think they've been friends since the beginning of high school. So Alyssa doesn't really have much to say on that topic, and plus, even if there was anything she had to say, she's still in school, and I'm not letting her get herself into that. So, okay guys, I'm back. I had to watch that clip back because these microphones that I literally got them, or I didn't buy them, but they were $10 on Amazon, and at first when I used them, the audio on them was really bad, and I watched that video back, so for that first half, just kind of ignore it because I don't want to refilm it. For the first half, just kind of ignore the audio on that because I was kind of screaming into the microphone, so I just realized I can hold it far from my head. But yeah, when I first tried to use these microphones, the audio on them was terrible. So, and the video that we filmed on Sunday, we forgot the microphones and we listened to the audio, and I was like, okay, that's decent enough. So, we've got the microphone today. But yeah, so back to what I was talking about. Yeah, but Alyssa's friend group is strong. I didn't want her to be a part of this video because of things that she doesn't really have anything going on badly at her school, and I don't need her to cause any problems because she doesn't really have much to say about friend groups. I've had quite a few friend groups in my high school years, and I'm not gonna trauma dump on you or name drop or anything, but I just wanted to talk about them and how each one changed me and who I became through each friend group. So starting at the beginning of freshman year, I had went homeschooled in 8th grade, and then I didn't really have any friends towards that. The only kind of friends I had was who was in my youth group at church. And then COVID hit and none of us really saw each other. So from October, I left 8th grade in October of 2019, and then didn't go back to school until August of 2020, and I went back to school. And that's when I started high school. So freshman year, I didn't really have many friends because I had left school and didn't really talk to anybody. So I was I had friends in classes, but I didn't hang out with anybody outside of school. So I didn't necessarily mind it. It wasn't the main person I honestly had at that point was Alyssa and my cousin. I hung out with my cousin a lot, and I hung out with Alyssa a lot at that time. So it's not but I didn't have a friend group then, if you know what I mean. So then freshman year goes on, I still don't really have a friend group. Freshman year summer comes around, what was I doing freshman year summer? I honestly don't remember what my freshman year summer was, or like going into like sophomore year. But then sophomore year, I had made a friend. Actually, it was 3 years ago because I got the memory today. I had made a friend and I started hanging out with them. And then after we had started hanging out, another person became part of our friend group. And then after that, more, it just kept adding on, and it was a really solid friend group. Like, we all loved each other. We hung out 24/7. Like, I mean that, like 24/7. And there was some like kind of like arguments between everybody like throughout the friend group, but it never caused anybody to be like cut off. Like, everybody would always come back. So that lasted from like my sophomore year up into summer of 2023. Summer of 2023. So quite some time. Um but I mean, it was a really good friend group, but my thing was I changed into somebody I was not. Like, before that, like, I was a very like girly girl, not necessarily girly girl, but like I was super like, I guess we could use the word preppy. That's the word I would use. I was very like a trend follower. I loved like, you know what I mean? Like how I am now, honestly. Like, I love all the trends. I love to follow the trends. Like, yeah. But then like hang like these people aesthetic kind of like changed who I was, and their personalities kind of changed me. And I will say I did try to act like these people. I will admit that. Um But I kind of turned like, I wouldn't say, okay, I literally wore all black winged liner shirts that had skulls on them. I would show you guys pictures, but I'm quite humiliated. You probably could find a picture of me somewhere if you really looked hard enough. Um, so I kind of changed into somebody I really wasn't. It wasn't, yeah. Then I got like suspended from school, and back like freshman year me, like, I would have never thought that would be a situation I would have like been put in, like being suspended from school because of something I did. And I'm not necessarily going to say that those people influenced like the reason I did get like put out of school. I mean, it was something that was everybody was doing, so it wasn't like, you know. But so yeah, then I got suspended, and at that point I was like, like, this wouldn't have happened to me. But I stuck out the friend group because I still loved everybody. And then once it was me and another person who got suspended. And after that, they left school and I was still there. So I kind of like, at that point, I didn't have friends within school. Like, I didn't really have many people within school. The only person I had really at that point was the guy that I was dating. But like, never really had friends like within the school. And so, yeah. Sorry, just like even thinking about it, I'm just like, what a time. So it was a rough patch in my life. And then I started getting like brung around things that I didn't necessarily, I did, you know what I mean. Started getting brung around things, and I was like, it was a little sketchy. There was some sketch stuff going on. Not necessarily. I'm not even actually gonna say that. There was nothing sketchy going on. It was just high schoolers being high schoolers, but I never imagined myself to be that kind of high schooler. I imagined myself like going to parties and stuff, but like, and like hanging out with people, but like not like that. So it went on for quite some time. There was arguments, blah 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 blah. And then I kind of, no, I definitely 100% got kicked out of the friend group for reasons I'd rather not preface on here. But that was in August of 2023. And after that, it wasn't really, the person who like kicked me out of the friend group, they kind of like, God, I don't even know if I should be filming this. I'm not saying anybody's name. The person who like kicked me out of the friend group, they like, I mean, valid reason, 100%. But I didn't, they never spoke to me after. Some of the other people would text me and send me things and show up to my house, and it was a bit crazy. It was definitely, it was one of the funnest friend groups I've had. Like, the experience that we all had with each other, and it was very a learning experience. Like, everybody, like, there's a lot of things that we did in that friend group, like, all together, like road trips and like first parties with each other. Like, it was like that friend group, like when you're first becoming like a high schooler. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing the first things that a high schooler would do. So I mean, it wasn't necessarily like terrible, but it did end badly. But I mean, it had its reasons. So then after that, hold on, I need to sip a drink. Shop Kaiser Country. But then after that, I didn't really have anybody, honestly. I didn't really have a single friend, and it was a little rough. I mean, I had a friend, but I had got grounded, and then after that I didn't really talk to anybody after that. And then comes around September, and my current boyfriend that I have now, we had broke up because of things. And so I was trying to get back with him. It wasn't going well for me. Things were not great. Couldn't get it back together. Then finally it did, and then I had a friend group. It was me, my boyfriend, and then like a couple other people. And we went on trips together. It was like kind of like a, I don't know what you'd call it. Not like a double date, but like it was like two couples hanging out. So it was chill. It was very chill. Then that friend group kind of fell off, and then at this point, my BFF Callie, shout out girl, me and Callie were part of the friend group that I had talked about previously, about the one that lasted from like sophomore year to like my senior year. She was part of that friend group, and then we kind of started talking again starting February, I guess this year, February 2024. And me and Callie were just kind of flying solo on that one. Like, we weren't in any friend groups. It was just me and Callie. Like, me and Callie, ride or die. Like, we sticking it out. And then we started getting in these friend groups, and it was a big group of a bunch of girls, and it didn't really work out how we planned it to be. But I mean, that's okay. It's not like it all like fell down and there was like a whole bunch of beef. Like, it just kind of like, it kind of just all fell. Like, it just didn't work out. And I mean, no beef to anybody about that. Like, I wasn't, it's not like anybody was like super upset or like mad about it. So yeah, that friend group it kind of crushed down, but it's okay. And then, after that friend group, all I really had at that point was Callie, and this is when I kind of started talking to Alyssa more, because between like sophomore year, because Alyssa did go on a beach trip with me while I was part of that like friend group I was telling you about, but between like sophomore year to maybe up to like my beginning of senior year, me and Alyssa really didn't talk. Like, we talked, but we didn't talk as much. So like, the main people I was talking to was that friend group. Like, I like prefaced in the other video. Preface, is that even the right word? But like I said in the last video, like, she was, it was just kind of like she knew that we would always be there for each other. Like, there was no beef between us, but like we both had our own things going on, own friend groups and stuff. So yeah, but then me and Callie, we just kind of like stuck it out together. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Me and Callie kind of like, I mean, Callie did have like a, I wouldn't, I don't even, I'm not going to speak for Callie. Maybe we'll have Callie on the podcast sometime. But it was, I should be filming this video with Callie. She would tear this up. Gosh. But anyways, sorry. We will have special guests at some point on this video, but me and Callie could tear this video up, because basically every friend group I'm talking about is, every friend group I've had, Callie's been a part of it. So she knows exactly where I'm coming from in all these situations. But so at that point, it was kind of like me, Callie, and then like Callie like had her own like few separate friends, but I like only had Callie, which is okay. Like, she still hung out with me whenever I wanted her to. And then after that comes around beach week. And beach week, I didn't really I have a friend group then either. Like it was my beach week group was like all my boyfriend's friends and then Callie. Me and Callie. So, I didn't go to a group like to beach week with like a group of like all my friends because I didn't have a like girlfriend group. I didn't even have a guy friend group either. I just had like my boyfriend, his friends, and Callie, and I wasn't even like close with any of my boyfriend's friends. So I like begged him. I was like, "Can Callie please come? Like, please don't leave me in this house." What I think it was five, 5 men, 6 men, and then me. Absolutely not. So I was like, "Please, can Callie come?" And thank God he let her come because, or it wasn't that like she wasn't allowed to, but like all the other guys like had girlfriends and we didn't know like how they feel about it. So we got that sorted out though. But thank God Callie got to come because I would have been like miserable the whole time. So after beach week, I mean, I still talk to Callie a lot, but I haven't really talked. I mean, I still talk to Callie every single day, but we haven't hung out probably since August, and it's November, and I miss her so much, my queen. But we just got our own things going on in our life right now. But I mean, we're still bonded. But I think the thing that's basically all the friend groups I've had in my high school years. But I think the thing is like I found I found myself the most of who I was after that like friend group that fell off like beginning of my senior year. Like senior year was a rough patch for me. Or like even I'd say my roughest patch was probably sophomore or junior year, but my deepest down spots like in a period of time was summer going into senior year. I didn't really have anybody. Um, Everybody was against me. Nobody liked me. I was so stressed out to go back to school. It was it was scary, but we bounced back. Everything's good now. I don't necessarily have a friend group. I have Alyssa and Callie and Addie, and yeah, that's about my friend group at this point. They're not. It's not even a group because none of them talk to each other. Or I don't know if they do, but I just like have like a few friends, and I'm okay with that because I've realized that like having a big friend group like it can be enjoyable, but it's one of the worst situations you can put yourself in because there's so much like drama that can go around that, like somebody's upset at somebody, or like this happened with somebody else and this person gets upset about it, and there's just so many people who can be angry and upset and mad at each other, and that's just not like a toxic like environment to put yourself in. So that's why like I'm glad I've got myself my 3 friends rather than having a huge friend group. And like having a huge friend group, like I get like it's super fun. Like you can all like go out with each other, have big like girl sleepovers and stuff. But like being content with like yourself, maybe like your boyfriend that you're dating, and like your few friends is really all you need. Because and if you do have a good big friend group and it looks what am I even I'm just gibberish over here. If you do have a big friend group and it works for you and it's healthy, I'm glad. That's good. But for me it's never worked out for me, and I don't know if it's because the people who were in the friend groups, like everybody was so extremely different and had their own things going on. I think that's kind of what like tore us all apart. Like not necessarily tore us all apart because basically that whole friend group was still friends besides me, but like there was a lot of, and even like the other one I was talking about that lasted for like a month, but it was a good like it was a big girl friend group, and like everybody like it was a good time. Like we had a big sleepover, we did things together, and it was super fun. But I think having so many people in one group, and then those people like might be friends with somebody else outside the group that another person in the group doesn't like, and it just kind of makes everybody upset. So that's why even if my 3 friends that I have don't like each other, I don't make them hang out with each other. I don't force them. I'm not like, hey, let's all get together, because I'm fine with having 3 separate friends rather than one whole big friend group, because that's what causes drama for me personally. And I am very grateful for the 3 friends I have and for my boyfriend. And he's who I spend the most time with. And everybody, all my friends that I have don't like, they're not upset at me for that because they have their own lives. Like Alyssa, she has school during the week. She lives 40 minutes away. I can't see her that often. I see her on Sundays, and maybe we'll even go for lunch after because I can't see her often because she's in school. Callie, she's got her own things going on. She's got her own stuff going on. I'm not gonna, like, if she wants to hang out, she can text me up whenever, and I'd be glad to hang out. But if I'm not gonna bombard what she has going on, because, like, and then Addie's in college, so, like, there's so many things going on in people's lives that, like, sometimes that's like, I don't see friends often at all. I was so excited for Alyssa to stay with me on Sunday night because I haven't had a sleepover and I can't tell you how long. Like, it was so exciting for me, and it's the little things, like having a friend who, like, you don't see very often, but then finally get to hang out with them. Like, that's exciting stuff. Like, to me, that's what I find exciting. That's what makes me excited. Like, I was looking forward to it all week, of Alyssa just coming over and spending the night. And we didn't even really do anything. We literally just laid in the bed and watched TikTok, and I edited a podcast video. Like, that's all it was. But, like, that's why, like, I don't know. I just cherish, like, having my separate friends rather than one big friend group, because if somebody, like, one of my friends doesn't like somebody else, I'm not going to get upset with them. Like, somebody I'm friends with, I'm not going to get upset with them because of that, because I'm not forcing them to hang out with them. Like, they can have their own opinions. And, like, if one of my friends that I have, like, say for instance, Callie or Addie or Alyssa, any of them had a friend I didn't like, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to cut them off because they're friends with somebody I don't like. They're not forcing me to hang out with that person, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to be in that person's life. And that's not going to cause problems between me and that person's friendship. And, like, yeah, that's just how I feel. And, like, I just think maintaining a healthy friendship is one of the best things. Like, I wouldn't say better than a relationship, but, like, having that one singular person that you and each other call your best friend. I call Alyssa my best friend. Somebody asks who my best friend is, I'm saying Alyssa. Alyssa will say the same about me. Like, or, God, I hope so. But, like, knowing you have a friend who's gonna, like back stand up for you and stuff. Like, there's been times I've had to stand up for Alyssa to people. There's times I've had to stand up for Addie for people. There's times I've had to stand up for Callie for people and scream in people's faces because of it. But knowing that you have a friend who's gonna stand up for you like that is what makes, like, a core friendship, I think. Like, knowing that you have each other's backs, what behind closed doors. Like, if somebody's talking badly about one of my friends, like, I will tell that person no matter what. I don't care if somebody, like, I know said it about somebody. Like, if I go somewhere and somebody that I'm friends with, like, talk to, but I wouldn't consider them one of my friends or even best friends, but, like, says something about one of my best friends, I will go tell them. And if that causes problems with that person that, like, told me that, it doesn't matter, because I don't consider them my best friend. I don't want my best friend to think, like, no, people are talking bad about her and I know otherwise. I'm not telling her. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, I'm getting a little parched with all this talking I'm doing over here. I just think having a moral of the story is having a small friend group, or friends who don't even, like, talk to each other is what the best is, because no, not a single one of them will get mad if I talk to the other one or hang out with the other one. Like, if I'm like, hey, like, Alyssa, I'm gonna go, because Alyssa, like, out of all of them, I love Callie and Addie, but, like, Alyssa is the one who's like, you know what I mean? Like, Alyssa's been there with me through everything since the second I was born. Like, if I tell Alyssa, like, hey, like, I think I'm gonna go, like, if it was Sundays, every day we see each other and we're gonna go to church, I'm like, hey, I think I may go to, like, for instance, go to Addie's college for the weekend and hang out with her. Alyssa's not gonna be like, okay, like, I hate you. She's gonna be like, okay, like, have fun. Or, like, if I tell Callie, I'm like, hey, Callie, like, do you want to go for lunch on Sunday? And, like, sometimes me and Alyssa will go for lunch on Sunday. It's like, I don't know why I'm using Alyssa as, like, my pinpoint, but, like, being that Alyssa is, like, my number one best friend, she's not ever going to get upset with me for hanging out with somebody else. And I will not, like, Alyssa hangs out with her friends quite often. I mean, she's in school, she sees them all the time. I don't get upset with Alyssa if she's, like, if Alyssa told me that she wanted to go on, like, a little weekend trip with her, like, her little girlfriends, okay, Alyssa, like, have fun. Like, you guys be safe, have a good time. I'm not going to be upset because she's, like, ditching me for like if we had plans, because like I want to make sure that my friends also have other friends. If you get what I'm saying. Like it means more to me to know that like I love like having a main best friend, but like there's times me and Alyssa can't see each other like all during the week. I want to make sure that she has somebody who she can talk to during the week when she can't see me like in person. Like if she's like having a rough time, I can't get to her. She has those two friends that like she can call and they can talk to her. Or like if I can't get to Alyssa, I can call Callie. I can call. I mean, I guess Addie's just as far as Alyssa, but still, like I can call them too, and they're gonna be there for me. So, I moral of the story is it's best to have small to few friends rather than having a big friend group, in my opinion. And that's just how I feel. I don't know what you guys think. And I have always dreamed of having like a big friend group, and I had that. I had that multiple times. Like as like in middle school, I was like, oh my gosh, it'd be so fun to have like a big friend group and like we all hang out. It was fun, but I never thought about how much in like drama that involves, and like I I can't tell you the last time I've been involved in drama. Like it has been so long because of like the few friends that I have, and like if one of them have drama going on in their life, like I'm gonna have their back. Here goes USPS. I'm gonna have their back in it, but I'm not gonna like jump myself into it. Like if somebody says something directly to me, which has happened, if somebody says something directly to me about my friend while there's drama going on, I will say something to them, but I'm not going to put myself in the middle of the crowd unless needed. Like my goal was to try not to put myself in drama after what had happened like over summer, and I really wasn't. I really wasn't in any drama. I mean, there was people that I had friend groups that like had drama, but like I never was like, I guess, the prime source, like the reason why the drama started. So that was my goal in after summer was no drama, and I think I did pretty well. I don't know. You guys let me know. If you know me, let me know if you guys think I did well, if you heard anything bad about me. I think I did good enough. But yeah. So that was a bit much. But I just felt like I needed to get that not necessarily off my chest, but I wanted to talk about friend groups and why I believe that smaller friend groups are bigger friend groups. And maybe I know that I was the problem in that bigger friend group that I had. I know it was me, and I know that friend group is still going, but even without me, I knew all like the problems and drama there was like besides me, like the arguments and things, and like I don't want to be and like the actually never mind. But like I just don't enjoy big friend groups because I hate knowing I have to keep so many people, like keep myself, I guess, not safe from so many people, but like make sure don't say something bad to another person. They're gonna run it back to the other person, and then they're upset with me. Like knowing that, like if I go tell Callie something, which I wouldn't do this, but like if I go tell Callie something about Alyssa, Callie and Alyssa have never even met each other. Callie's not gonna run back to Alyssa and be like, "Oh, Brooklyn said that she hates you and you're ugly." Like Callie wouldn't do that if I told Addie. Addie and Alyssa know each other, or if I told Alyssa like, "Hey, like Addie's really been getting on my nerves recently. Like I can't stand her." Alyssa's not gonna go text Addie, "Hey, Brooklyn said that you're getting on her nerves recently," which is not even a scenario that's happening, but like to know that like if something like is going wrong in a friendship that I have and I want to talk to another friend about it, like you know what I mean? Like I'll be like, "Hey, like text like one of them be like, "Hey, blah blah blah, like I don't know, like she just hasn't been hanging out with me much recently, and I feel like she's prioritizing this person over me, or this over that." You know what I'm saying? Like to know that I can have friends that I can talk to each other, and like not even badly about each other. That's not what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm saying this really wrong, and it's not coming out the right way. But like if I am going through a rough spot in a friendship, I know that I can talk to that another one of my friends and be like, "Hey, like I need your advice on this. Like this friendship is like going wrong and I want to fix it and I don't know what to do." they can give me advice and not run back to the other person and be like, oh, Brooklyn's talking to me about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, having friends, and even all my friends that I have, they would like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of saying this the wrong way, but like, if you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? I hope you know what I mean, because I'm not trying to say like I'm gonna talk bad about my friends to each other. I'm saying like, I think I explained it well enough. If you don't get the point, then you don't get the point. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm talking bad about any of them. So yeah, it's definitely a topic that I was not excited to talk about, because I don't know who's gonna watch this, who's gonna see this, from what friend group I have, and what shall happen. But I didn't say anybody's names. I didn't say anything bad about each other. I just said they didn't work out and that there was dramas in friend groups. So if you're one of the people from those friend groups, no, this is no hate towards you. I am just trying to talk about friend groups and give people advice. So yeah, but hopefully Alyssa's gonna film a video this week for you guys. I don't know what her topic will be. I have lots of topics. She has lots of topics. We'll see what she has to say this week. But for now, I hope the mini microphones did well. This video's been going for 17 minutes now. Our videos are supposed to be around 25 minutes long. My other video, it said it was like 18, so this may be a long one. I apologize, but if you did watch the whole thing, thank you for watching, and come talk it out with me next time.